Royce Gracie, my brother Henner. In 1993, our father created the Ultimate Fighting Championship to showcase the effectiveness of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu to the world. And now that all professional fighters have added Jiu-Jitsu to their arsenals, we're breaking down how they're using it so you can add it to yours. We're gonna go back right now. Way back! UFC #1, Gracie Breakdown. Classic, 1993. Royce Gracie, Ken Shamrock. Do you guys recall? Some of you were there. Some of you weren't even born. But we're gonna show you what went down step by step. Guess who Royce is gonna be? I'll be Royce. Guy? How'd the fight go down? It was so fast. We'll just demonstrate the whole fight. We'll switch your legs. Royce had a right leg forward for the kick. Royce did his pizon, entered for the double leg. Boom, he entered. Ken Shamrock sprawled, underhooked this arm right here, which is a white sprawl. He's turned Royce. Royce hooked the leg, thinking about coming out the back door right there under that leg. But Ken was very rigid with the leg, so Royce took the hand out, came up this way. They both stood up. They ended up in a clinch.
There you go. Look at that. It's a very clever. Right for the takedown.
Big jump right away.
Royce is up.
Then Royce pulled guard. He kind of jumped his legs. Ken went to his knee. Ken stood up right away, was over him. Royce had head control in standard stage 1. From here, Ken started reaching back and grabbing Royce's foot. Like he actually hugged the foot. Guess what Royce felt? He felt the footlock coming. Because Ken had won the fight before that. He beat Ken's. Who was your first guy he fought in the UFC? Patrick Smith. Pat Smith. He broke Pat Smith's ankle, so Royce knew.
And he already knew Ken was a leg lock guy in general.
Japanese, pancration, the whole thing. Ken's not Japanese, but fights over there.
Now, do a correct footlock.
Normally, he should have isolated this and then wrapped the foot and kept Royce down with his legs.
Go back. Ken was so excited, right?
He wrapped and he just sat down, and then Royce just got up. Boom, so they ended up like this.
Right into the kidney there.
Exactly. Ken's got his right leg up, trying to prevent Royce from getting his left leg over, and now Royce has him in what appears to be a guard position. Royce takes.
Now Ken pushed this open, got his leg out, so now they're in kind of this 50-50 situation here. Now Royce intelligently started stuffing the leg in the pocket, because if Ken could get his leg straight, he might have balance. But no, Royce came down, started putting pressure, hugging the neck, couple strikes from right here to distract, and then from here, Royce started to slide this leg down and away, and then Ken started to feel Royce's knee go, which means he knew no more footlock. So he brought this hand in, started grabbing Royce's ankle for kind of like a little half guard ankle pick here. He tried to get up. He tried to get this leg out from under Royce's leg. He got up to his knees. He had Royce's leg trapped. When Royce's leg slipped out,
his knee open.
That's exactly where Royce wants to be. Now what Royce is probably going to try to do is get his his left leg over Ken's.
How's he going to be able to do that if he has his weight above like that?
Right, now what he's trying to do, what I think Ken is trying to do is keep Royce at
Watch that leg. Ken's going for that leg again. Same thing he did.
Go ahead, get up. During the get-up, Royce is already wrapping the neck right now. Boom.
And Royce, watch this. There goes Royce. He looks like he's going for the back.
Ken's back up.
Royce.
And then tap.
Oh yeah, very bad. But look how untraditional this position is. Rotate. Look at the back right here. So Ken got up with the Royce's leg trapped, but Royce still shot the rear naked choke. Boom. So what does this tell you? You don't have to have the hooks in. You don't have to be on their back. Royce is completely off to the side.
Most importantly was that Ken did not want to be on his back.
Yes.
By him just rolling to his knees. Now he could have possibly rolled away. Right, as soon as Royce started doing this, he could have rolled out
and had respect. But guess what?
He didn't even think about that.
Nobody ever puts Ken Shamrock on his back. You know what I'm saying? He's always on top dominating. So when he went for Royce's foot, and Royce very wisely tensed up his core, stood up in response to that attempted ankle lock, I think it was the critical make it or break it point of the whole fight. It really was. And let's demonstrate it one more time how your rigid body gets you up so easily right there. So again, pulling guard. They were like this. Royce pulled guard. He hugged the neck, hugged my neck. Stage 1 punch block series. We're here, boom, boom. And then Ken got up. Royce, boom, he opened his guard a little bit.
The leg opens, yeah.
He started wrapping here. Ken needs to bring this knee in the middle to split. He didn't. He sat like this and Royce just tensed everything up.
I think when it was sit down, I think sit down, he might do footlocks where he crosses over.
Yes.
And then just lifts.
For sure. Or heel hook right here.
Yes.
Which is, I think, a great point. I think this might have been, no, he didn't. He had Patrick's isolated, I think.
It doesn't matter, but I've seen for sure him do stuff where he crosses it, or if not him, people, it's a very common.
Very common, because the heel hook can be done from here. That's a great point.
The question is, can you cross your feet over my stomach before I sit up?
You said that? If I'm waiting for it, it's going to be tough. I grab behind his head, I do an immediate
That
crunch.
was make it or break it. That was make it or break it.
He might use his hand, push my
Now
knee.
Ken's hating life right now. He's in the bottom of the fight. He got his leg out of the party here, you know, but then Royce kept that foot off his hip as well. Stayed very close.
Everything was real tight. Royce started slipping. The whole thing, Royce knew that if he can get this knee on the ground and spread the knee, there would be no footlock anymore. And it was correct. As he started to melt his hips and melt everything flat right here, then Ken started turning desperately to get up. The hands aren't sweet, the knee, creep the hand. And as Ken's fighting for this ankle now, look, it's already locked back there. Done deal.
And then what? And then Royce made him tap. Ken tapped out.
He let go?
Ken tapped out. Royce let go. Ken wanted to move. And then I think Royce jumped to it again.
The ref was right here, blinded by something. And yeah, Royce for sure was ready to engage again, but man.
I guess the word was that Ken said that he didn't tap.
No, yeah, but it's very clear.
But it's on video, number one. And so Royce was already ready to fight again. And then if you watch the last fight of that night, when Royce fought Gerard Gordeau, Royce held the choke for like 8 extra seconds.
Because of Ken?
The ref had to like pull Royce, like get the dog off, the pit bull off the victim. You know?
For 2 reasons, Royce held Gerard Gordeau extra. Number 1, to pay back what Ken did to Royce.
He's paying back Ken through
Gerard, just to kind of give a lesson to the world. Number 2 was Gerard bit Royce's ear during the fight. He had Royce in a headlock, and he bit his ear from the bottom of the mount. So when he finally took the back, oh yeah, he locked it in, and it was like at least 15, 20 tap outs.
Yeah.
He started tapping with his feet and all 4 appendages at the same time. It was hilarious. You guys, UFC breakdown, number 1, classic match between Royce and Ken. Now you guys know, for those who've been wondering for the last 17 years what has been happening, have no doubts. That was a very wise footlock defense from Royce that turned the tables and really put Ken on his back, which I'm sure he wasn't that familiar with, and caused him to expose his neck. Royce is nice. His arm just slipped right in there.
It's a whole different level, you know, and I hope that by now Ken understands footlocks a little better.
Yeah.
You know? But I think he might.
I think he does.
Dang. You probably watched that and was like, wow, there's no way you can't sit up.
You guys, let us know which classic UFC match you would like us to break down next. Leave it in the comment section, and whichever match makes the most sense, right, that we can apply our expertise and help make, help our, I guess, translate for the world what happened, we'd be glad to do it. But it's up to you guys. Until then, go to GracieUniversity.com, check out some more lessons, and if you're ever in Los Angeles, come by, hang out with the family.
Yep.